Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by longtime Patreon supporter Roxy. Huge thanks to Roxy and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Roxy reached out asking for a deck led by Slinza, the Spiked Stampede, and I was more than happy to build it for her. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Slinza the Spiked Stampede is a 5-mana 5/5 legendary beast who makes it so that beast spells we cast cost 2 less to cast. Slinza also ensures that each beast we control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter. Finally, whenever Slinza or another creature with power 4 or greater enters, we may pay 1 and a Gruul. When we do, Slinza fights target creature we don't control. Remember, dear viewer, there are 2 things all commander decks want to do: ramp and draw cards. When you have a commander that does one of them, you're in luck. But in order to take advantage of Slinza's cost reduction, we'll want to run beasts, specifically big ones. Also, a fight mechanic doesn't help us much, because we don't want to keep casting our commander over and over again if it dies from fight damage. So we may want some ways to make our commander indestructible. We'll also want ways to close out the game as well. Also, Roxy is in a constant arms race against her husband, so we'll want some nasty combos to help us win the game. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. The Return to Earth Boulder series is unique in that they are made up almost entirely of renewable resources, rather than plastic. And lately, Ultimate Guard has been printing these not just in solid colors, but with artist prints, like this gorgeous piece by Mario Renal. Titled In Icy Bloom, it shows a somber scene of a snow-covered graveyard beneath a tree, its leaves turned red in the late autumn. Pick yours up today at your local game store, or order it on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Wooded Foothills, Windswept Heath, Bloodstained Mire, Verdant Catacombs, Scalding Tarn, Stomping Ground, Spire Garden, Rockfall Vale, Rootbound Crag, Commercial District, Highland Forest, Wooded Ridgeline, Cinderglade, Thornspire Verge, Mossfire Valley, Firelit Thicket, Carplucin Forest, Crag Crown Pathway, Game Trail, Gruul Turf, Scavenger Grounds, 4 Mountains, and 10 Forests. A nice solid land base. For Manor Ramp, we're running Loot Exuberant Explorer, Krosan Warchief, Soul Ring, 3 Visits, Farseek, Rampant Growth, Nature's Lore, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Skyshroud Claim, Selvala Heart of the Wilds, Bear Umbra, Sword of Feast and Famine, Sword of the Animist, Sword of Hearth and Home, Fanatic of Ronus, and Goreclaw Terror of Kalsisma. I know that's a lot, but beasts are expensive, so it's fine. Our card advantage package consists of Woodland Liege, Wirewood Savage, Garruk's Pack Leader, Garruk's Uprising, Abundance, Beast Whisperer, Garruk's Harbinger, Realm Walker, Return of the Wild Speaker, Archdruid's Charm, the Great Henge, Tribute to the World Tree, and Guardian Project. Lots of ways to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Abrade, Beast Within, Decimate, Return to Nature, Manglehorn, Indrik Stomp Howler, Heroic Intervention, Chaos Warp, Bolt Bend, and Hull Breach. Lots of ways to remove annoying permanents. Our board wipes consist of Azuri's Predation and Blasphemous Act. Wanted to stay on theme for this one. The core of our deck consists of Kona Rescue Beastie, Quartzwood Crasher, Rampaging Baloths, Thunderfoot Baloth, Herald of Ilharg, Questing Beast, Elder Gargaroth, Spearbreaker Behemoth, Anara Wolvid Familiar, Ulvenwald Oddity, Herd Baloth, Ivy Lane Denizen, Cultivator Colossus, Craterhoof Behemoth, Giant Cindermaw, Shaleskin Bruiser, and Primeval Bounty. Supporting our plan, we've also got Rhythm of the Wild, Aggravated Assault, Unnatural Growth, and Mithril Coat. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 54 mana sources split between 36 lands, 17 pieces of ramp, and our commander. High, I know, but so's our curve, so it's fine. 13 pieces of card advantage, 10 pieces of interaction, 2 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds and Return to Nature, 1 sudden I win card in Craterhoof Behemoth. I didn't want to just build another Gruul beatdown deck, but I did want to include some combos in the deck. Of course we've got Herd Baloth and Ivy Lane Denizen, but we've also got Sword of Feast and Famine, or Bear Umbra with Aggravated Assault. I suppose I should explain how those work to the newer players. Herd Baloth says that when we put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on it, we create a 4/4 green beast token. Ivy Lane Denizen says whenever a green creature enters the battlefield under our control, we put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So long as Ivy Lane Denizen is on board when we cast Herd Baloth, we can use its triggered ability to put a +1/+1 counter on Herd Baloth, making us a 4/4 beast token. This then triggers Ivy Lane Denizen again, so we put another +1/+1 counter on Herd Baloth. We do this a few hundred times and hopefully have a haste enabler on board. But what about if Herd Baloth is already on the battlefield when we draw our Ivy Lane Denizen? Well, then we just need to cast another green creature. Fortunately, our deck is full of them. As far as the Aggravated Assault combos go, we have 2 cards that untap all of our lands whenever we deal combat damage to an opponent: Bear Umbra and Sword of Feast and Famine. So long as our lands produce at least 5 mana, we can have infinite combat steps. We've also got Selvala Heart of the Wilds, which can be used to generate at least 6 mana, assuming we have a big enough creature on board. We just pay a green, tap Selvala, generating at least 1 green mana and the rest can be red, then activate Aggravated Assault, which untaps all of our creatures. We use the floating green mana to activate Selvala again, generating the same amount and type of mana to activate Aggravated Assault again. Repeat as needed. But the meanest combo in the deck is probably Cultivator Colossus and Abundance. Let me explain. For this combo to work, Abundance must be on the battlefield, and we need 1 land in our hand. We cast Cultivator Colossus, then put the land from our hand onto the battlefield. We then reveal cards from the top of our library until we reveal a land card, thanks to Abundance. This allows us to order our library in any order we want and put every land from our library onto the battlefield. Sure, they're all tapped, but since everyone's too nice to run Armageddons, what does that matter? Are you running a Slinza the Spike Stampede deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons. Waffles, Drya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgie, Naswin, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Austin, William, Pye, Kazaris, Booksoup, Patrick, Travis, Naffy, Doodle, Tiz, Art, Kiki Jiki, Gabriel, and Richard. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.